Hi guys, I'm Sarah from Stitched Up, and today we're going to be doing buttonholes. Buttonholes can be a bit of a faff, so the main things to remember today is slow and steady. I'm just using some standard cotton. It's not very heavy weight, it's quite lightweight, so I've actually interfaced the back of my fabric just to give a bit more support when it comes to doing the buttonholes. For today's buttonhole we're going to be using a buttonhole foot. This has measurements along the side and it moves along as we sew, so it's essentially a ruler so you can make sure we've got the right size for our button. You're going to take your button and you're going to line up the bottom of the button with the last notch on your buttonhole foot. So you're going to place it inside. And line up the edges, and then you're going to move the rest of the foot down so you can see which notch along here you'll be starting with. So if we look here, I'm going to be starting on the third notch from the top. And this will make more sense when we put our buttonhole foot on the machine. So you want to start with all your threads underneath your foot, and then you can see here, this is the bit that moves as we sew. So we'll be starting on the third notch and working our way down. You'll find the buttonhole settings on your selector of your machine, along with some settings on the length. This machine here has 4-stage buttonhole here. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you'll see that they're highlighted along there. So 1 is doing the left hand side, 2 will be doing the bottom bridge, 3 is going to be doing the right hand side, and then you'll be turning back to 4, which again will do the bridge, so that will create the rectangular shape of your buttonhole. Key thing to remember when moving these dials is that your needle is out of the machine, so each time you move along your needle moves, so you want to have the needle out of the machine. If you look at the length here, you'll see that there's a rectangle between 0 and 1. This is the length of your buttonhole, so you'll want to sort of test out first a sample between 0 and 1 within this rectangle. Okay, so we've now got everything set up, we're just going to do our buttonhole. So we place the fabric underneath, we want to line up our notches. Yeah, we'll be starting with the left hand side. Make sure that your needle is out of the machine before you turn to the second stage, which is moving along here. So number 2, you'll be doing a quick bridge that's along the bottom. You don't want to do too much thread through that because you can create a bit of bulk and it'll be hard to move on to the next step. So just a quick press of the pedal. Again, make sure your needle's out of the machine. Now we're doing the third stage. We're going to go backwards now, so you just want to hold the fabric steady and you're going to line up with your first notch that you started with. Again, needle out the machine. It's important to remember in every stage. Then you turn back to number 4, which will seal up the rest of your buttonhole. Again, just a quick blast as well. Great. So now we're going to open up our buttonhole. You just need 2 pins and an unpicker. So the first pin is going to go on the inside edge of your buttonhole at the top. So this is to create a barrier so you don't end up cutting too far. So the same again at the bottom, and on the inside edge just before the bridge. So you've got 2 barriers there that you won't cut further than. Then you're going to get your unpicker, and there is a small sort of blade in the crease of the unpicker, so you're going to use that. So you'll start by sort of holding it in, and then gently, so you're trying not to cut any of the threads you've made, you're going to push up the unpicker until you reach that pin, so you don't cut too far, and then round and do the same again. So keep it nice and straight and try not to catch any threads. Now you've got an opening for your buttonhole.